Right now, hectic, tired, but I get a minute right after this one to kind of get my stuff together, get ready for tonight, and we're super excited about the show. So, man, it's awesome to have this album out. We've been working on it since before the last one came out, so it's a big day for us. We're stoked. So all 6 albums before this one, they told my story. Almost chronologically. If you go back and listen to them, you have a pretty good idea who I was and what I was going through at that point in time. And that's the same story my tattoos tell, and the title track tells the story of my tattoos. So it kind of accomplishes what we tried to accomplish with all 6 of those records in one song, which allowed us to kind of bounce back, do some nostalgic stuff. Whether it be in the studio where we recorded a lot of things live as opposed to, we took a lot of digital aspects away and we recorded old school, we wrote old school, as opposed to writing a lot of songs with tracks, we wrote a lot of songs with just guitars and let them turn into what they wanted to be. And we just had a lot of fun making this record. When you listen to it, like I said, there's a little nostalgia there. It'll take you back to some of my older stuff. And, it's killed me through the years, man. People will come up and say, man, your new stuff's cool, but that first one, them first couple were the ones, and you can't say it out loud. I can now, but I agree with them. To an extent, it's like those first 2 were probably my favorite. But you look at it this way: you got your whole life experience leading up to those to write those first 2 albums about, and albums moving forward from then. It's a shorter time period. You're trying to cover a lot of ground with a very few amount of songs. So we're really stoked about this one, man. It was a lot of fun to make. It's been a lot of fun to watch people react to songs we played live, and it'll be a lot of fun to see what they think about the whole album. Man, I've been asked that a few times, and it's a hard question for me to answer. To be completely honest, man, it's not something I looked at as a kid and was like, man, I want to be famous. I want to, that wasn't really my thing. This was a thing that kind of happened organically and kept growing on its own. Surrounding myself with an incredible group of men, a lot of which are still with me, and we built something special. Man, it took us 20 years, and it's hard to say. It kind of dates me a little bit, but man, it took us 20 years, but we built something special. You don't see as many #1s on my rap sheet as you do other artists. But if you ever come out on the road and you see how we operate as a family and a team, I feel like we've built something you don't see every day. And man, we're extremely proud of it. I think it's one of the things that's going to allow us to do this till the day we die. And it's a damn good thing, 'cause I don't know how to do anything else. So, yeah, man, we'll ride it till the wheels fall off, get us some new wheels, and go till they put us in the ground. You know what, man? I'm really too busy I hadn't thought about necessarily how I felt. I'm not really a stop and smell the roses guy, man. I'm more of a keep my feet down, keep my feet moving and my head down, and let's see where we can take this thing. So that's been something that's paid off in my life, and short-term goals as opposed to saying I want to be here in 10 years. Like, all right, well, I'm not guaranteed 10 years down the road. I'm guaranteed today, maybe tomorrow. So. We try to concentrate. Obviously long-term goals are important for business. We do make them, but I put more emphasis on what I can do on a daily basis, and I don't know I'm gonna keep that up. Seems, if it's one of those, if it ain't broke, don't fix it thing. Man, I don't remember much about it. It happened early in life, before my wreck, and most of the things that happened before the wreck are a little hazy at best. But a buddy of mine did send me a picture, I guess it was in the ag barn, of me showing a hog back in the day, which is awesome. Her name was Oreo. She was a Hampshire pig, and we had a blast with her, man. It was a really cool chapter of my life. So yeah, it was fun. I mean, dude, my wife started a school last year for some of the same reasons. I feel like a lot of society is kind of pulling away from that culture and that way of life, and I feel like this is one our whole entire country was founded on, right? We still have the same principles, and you know, you never met a kid that grew up doing stuff like that doesn't understand work ethic and responsibility, and how important it is to be outside, not glued to a screen. So not just because you asked that, I really do believe it's everything to an extent. You know, go outside, you can see God. You can see everything man's capable of right here. You go outside and really get in touch with who you are and what we're here to do.